Agile methods continue to become more popular with every passing year. Yet Agile methods are complicated, especially for data-driven projects such as data warehouses, business intelligence systems, and big data applications. Switching your teams to an Agile approach takes time, effort, and money. So was it worth it? If you do Agile right, how much faster should you see your development teams delivering? In this video, we'll focus upon Agile's potential for speed by examining 4 case histories in government, telecommunications, healthcare, and insurance. In addition to speed, Agile methods dramatically improve the quality of deliverables and platform costs, but those topics will be addressed in other videos. So how fast can Agile teams deliver, especially when compared to teams using traditional or waterfall methods? Before we dig into that question, let's hear a bit about our presenter.
I'm Ralph Hughes. I help companies leapfrog their competition by using data and information to rapidly define new products, cut costs, and achieve better customer outcomes. I work with Ceregenics, a U.S. consulting firm specializing in data warehousing, business intelligence, and big data analytics. Perhaps you've attended one of my classes at the TDWI or DAMA conferences, or read one of my books that explain how to achieve speed through fast requirements, fast programming, and automated testing. I've taken the best practices from software engineering, agile development methods, and advanced productivity tools and combined them into a method called Agile Data Warehousing. This method allows you to build new information systems with 2/3 less labor using tools that accelerate your work by another factor of 3. To thrive in the global marketplace today, your company must be able to rapidly assemble and expand its infrastructure for big data and business intelligence faster than the competition. You're going to need the acceleration that Agile Data Warehousing can give you.
Agile methods were created to build front-end applications. That is, systems that capture or manipulate a company's transactions or operational events one at a time. In contrast, data-driven projects operate on large collections of data after it has been created, mining for insights against thousands, millions, even billions of records at a time. Agile methods straight from the textbook will fail when used for data-driven projects, because these applications have many more architectural layers than front-end systems do. They can have a layer for extracting data from source systems, another for cleaning and standardizing information, a third for integrating it, a fourth for generating metrics. Often these applications have a 5th layer for reshaping the data for intelligibility and performance, a 6th layer for managing end-user views and security, and finally a 7th layer holding end-user analytic applications. Each of these layers requires separate programming, often with a unique data architecture or specific development tool. Each layer demands its own cycle of requirements, design, coding, and testing. Because they have unique designs and tools, each layer can also require a unique skill set from the developers. So building a data-driven application is often like building 7 different applications using 7 separate groups of programmers. Because they have so many architectural layers, data-driven projects will overwhelm a typical Agile method such as Scrum or Kanban. Luckily, we have an advanced method called Agile Data Warehousing that can dependably manage the complexity of data-driven applications while rapidly delivering usable system modules. Agile Data Warehousing blends and extends 4 different iterative methods, providing separate disciplines for requirements management, component phasing, design, programming, quality assurance, and benefits realization. This combined package will allow your development teams to build large data-driven applications iteratively and deliver them incrementally with low risk and great speed. So exactly how fast will Agile Data Warehousing allow a team to deliver? Let's look at 4 case histories. Our first case history comes from the government sector. Ceregenics was building applications with iterative delivery techniques even before the term Agile was coined. In the late 1990s, the U.S. Department of the Interior gave up on an effort to re-platform a data management system for the Bureau of Land Management after investing 10 years and $400 million. As part of a second effort, they carved the project into 6 pieces, one of which they pursued using one of the earliest versions of Agile Data Warehousing. In classic Agile fashion, the programmers met with end users directly and turned their business requirements into working software modules in short cycles, typically 1 week. Whereas the previous effort had imploded after 10 years, this Agile skunkworks delivered an operational system in 6 months. The cost of the development project was only $10 million, including hardware. Now this result only covers 1/6 of the overall re-platform system, so we have to approximate a bit for a comparison. We can multiply those figures by 6 and estimate that the programming for the full scope would have taken 3 years instead of 10, and that the cost would have been 60 instead of 400 million. Even this early Agile analytics project suggests that Agile teams can deliver more than 3 times faster than traditional teams and improve costs by more than a factor of 6. Our second case history provides a sharper comparison and requires no approximation. In the late 2000s, Ceregenics coached a development team at the third largest telecommunications company in the U.S. This company was evaluating the power of Agile methods, so it gave the Agile developers one half of a revenue data warehouse project and sent the other half to a traditional waterfall team. Both teams were working with very comparable source data provided by some of the company's partners. The Agile team was to warehouse the billings data for cell phone services. The traditional team worked on satellite television billings. The structure and complexity of both target schemas were very comparable. The same solution architect defined both projects, and he expressed the functional requirements for both teams in the same format and at the same level of detail. This chart shows the performance of each team, as documented by the company's project management office. The big difference between these two efforts was the impact of the Agile data warehousing approach. The Agile team needed only a quarter as much time to create its technical design and therefore started programming far sooner. Its fail-fast and fix-quickly approach allowed them to load tables nearly 3 times faster. This speed allowed the Agile team to accomplish far more in 9 months of the project. It loaded 2.5 times as many tables, delivering far more value to the end users. And to prove that the Agile team wasn't cutting corners, consider the last 2 rows. The deliverables from the waterfall team had 48 defects going into system test. Because they performed system test after they had completed all the programming, the team was out of time and money, and those defects had to be pushed onto customers during the user acceptance testing. In contrast, the Agile team's deliverables had only 10 defects occur in system test, and because they were able to fix those defects as they continued programming, given the iterative nature of their approach, the Agile team had time to remove all those bugs before the system was pushed to the end users in UAT. This use case shows that what we see over and over again with large data analytics projects. The Agile data warehousing method allows you to deliver faster and better. Our third case history compares the effectiveness of 2 different Agile approaches, generic Scrum to the Agile data warehousing method. In 2014, the enterprise data warehousing team for a large healthcare network in the Midwest United States had started a large project using Scrum. But after 8 weeks, they realized they were moving too slow to meet their deadlines. They engaged Ceregenics to train their team on Agile data warehousing. The data for the following graph was provided by one of the project leaders and shows that Ceregenics' Agile data warehousing method steadily accelerated these developers over the span of 12 weeks. By the end of this coaching engagement, their programmers were populating over 11 times as many columns with data per iteration. We also tracked this team's improvement using story points, Agile's equivalent of a function point and a measure of complexity. When measured this way, Ceregenics' collection of best practices allowed these programmers to deliver 4 times as many story points per iteration. Our last case history illustrates that business analytic projects need a method specific to data-driven applications. In 2015, a $10 billion Midwest insurance company started building a data warehouse to consolidate operational information for its international offices. This company was deeply experienced with Agile methods for front-end systems, but when these methods were applied to the data analytics project, the first few months of development not only failed to deliver usable features to the end users, but also revealed that the team was moving so slow that it would fail to deliver all the promised features within the project's 2-year planned duration. Ceregenics began coaching this team on both iterative methods and adaptive data modeling for business analytics. Over the next 5 months, this team delivered 2 fully functional system releases to the end users. Moreover, the Agile method enabled the project leaders to quantify the speed and quality of their team's deliverables, allowing them to measure the trend and to assure project sponsors that they would now meet their commitments for the overall project. So let's recap the case histories we've seen. For the government project, we saw the Agile methods generated an estimated 3.3 times acceleration. The telecommunications team achieved 2.8 times its original delivery speed. And the healthcare team saw a 4.7 times increase when measured by Agile function points. The insurance case history went from 0 to fast, which implies infinite acceleration, so we'll have to leave that finding out of this summary. But the average of the first 3 cases suggests that when you switch your traditionally managed data analytics team to the Agile data warehousing method, they will start delivering over 3 times as fast as they do now. Imagine what your data management department could accomplish if it were to triple its development power. Imagine how much more competitive your company would be if data analytics applications start answering 3 times as many business questions as the other players in your industry could manage. If 3 times acceleration sounds too good to be true, try to keep in mind that Agile data warehousing has 15 plus years of research and experience behind it. This method is loaded with many advanced techniques, such as 80-20 requirements that let us define and start projects in 1/5 the time, surface solutions that allow us to deliver value using a minimal toolset and then backfill the architecture later, adaptive data modeling that lets us eliminate most of the programming because it gives us reusable, parameter-driven load modules, automated testing engines that allow teams to test an order of magnitude more system features on a nightly basis, and a radically different approach to tracking value generated that keeps developers focused upon capabilities that matter to your end users rather than moonshot features that rarely pan out. We understand that Agile data warehousing represents a big change for most companies. To help decision makers learn more and begin envisioning their path forward, we've put together a white paper called The 7 Secrets to Fast and Bulletproof Analytics that describes Agile data warehousing's most important elements. Follow the link on your screen or in the comments attached to this video to get your copy of this important briefing.
Faster, better, cheaper. Once you begin using Agile methods specific for data-driven projects, you can achieve all 3 of these advantages on your large data analytics projects. Ceregenics has been guiding data analytics projects since 1988 and has invested countless hours in perfecting Agile data warehousing for the enterprise. Contact us if you have questions about how to accelerate and improve any phase of the software development lifecycle. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your projects.